On August 21st, 2015, I landed on the soil of Syracuse. I didn't remember the exact weather of the day I arrived. My initial major was Communication and Rhetorical Studies, which was in the Visual and Performing Arts School. However, as soon as I get out of the first lecture I took of this major, I knew that this is not what I was looking for. This is not what I would want to spend the rest of my life on. I began planning to transfer to Newhouse School of Public Communication. I wasn't familiar with the way of communication and the power dynamics between schools in SU in the beginning. So the first thing I did was to write an email to the dean inquiring about how could I get transferred to Newhouse and what should I do. She didn't keep me waiting for too long. However, the response I got was threatening enough even for someone who had no idea about how friendly Americans are through emails. I was half threatened and half confused after receiving that email. On the one hand, I was threatened by the word academic probation because that was the first time I knew it. On the other hand, I was confused about how an email inquiring about internal transfer could get such a strong rejection. I felt helpless and hopeless for the first time after entering Syracuse University. I found out that there is a possibility that I will not even get a chance to do what I want in this place. And responding to the great pressure, I changed all my courses for the first semester into CRS courses. During the first week of class, I was asked to meet with my mentor to talk about myself and my future. My mentor was a Malaysian international student who transferred into Newhouse 2 years ago. I met with her on the first floor of Bird Library, and I was passionate enough to ask her about how to transfer to Newhouse, and also why my advisor was pissed off by my email earlier. Her answer was quite disappointing. I knew that because most of students in CRS have been trying to transfer to Newhouse, and the internal transfer needs solely GPA, the result was that a lot of students with high GPA are transferring into Newhouse and the professors in CRS are not happy with that. After that, she appreciated my gut for sending that email and suggested me to stay in CRS so that I can graduate early, or I should not try to transfer to PR or television, radio, and film because our Asians are not talkative and you seem to be not willing to speak up as well. I was even more frustrated after that talk, since I was expecting someone from the same ethnicity and experience the same process of achieving the goal of transferring to her dream school could give me something more than that. Days went by fast in the first semester, and I began thinking about transferring to Newhouse again when the registration is about to start. And in late October, when I was exercising my daily routine, log on to Blackboard to check my grade weekly, I found an extremely low grade with some comments. I was on my way walking back to my dorm in Lawrenson Hall, and I couldn't stand on my feet anymore. I found myself a few wooden benches near the law school to sit and calm myself down. The word plagiarism scared the literal living shit out of me. I didn't know what mistake I made while writing the proposal, and that was the first time I do citation as well, so there might be some mistake made during the process. Despite I believe I wrote a proper citation at the end of my paper, I don't know if that counts as legit. After that, I called my friend Keithar who lived in for help. The next thing I remember was that I walked straight into the dean's office, and where TA and the professor are sitting behind the desk. They pull up my proposal on the computer screen, and just before I was about to explain, the professor begins talking about the cultural difference between China and the US, and how that leads to Chinese students, which in that room, me, easily plagiarizing in my first assignment. And the TA scrolls down a bit. A well-written MLA citation was on the computer screen in front of the two faculties. The world became completely silent for a few seconds, and I was dismissed after that. The world sounds like boiled water in my brain as I exit Dean's office. The message from Kizar was noticeable, but I don't really have the energy to reply. A settlement for a crime that I didn't commit was neither a good nor bad experience. I go straight to my dorm room and staring at my computer with the class registration info on the screen. Days go by quickly, and I'm at the last 10 minutes before the schedule for next semester locks itself, and potentially myself, forever. I was asked to meet with my advisor for another meeting a few days ago because the class I chose was suspected for the potential of transferring to Newhouse. I compromised under the pressure and switched all my courses to CRS courses and some other safe ones. To be or not to be, this is not a question. As the clock goes closer to 12 a.m., I toasted an entire can of root beer and changed most of my courses to the ones that can count as effective credit for the internal transfer. I closed the internet browser with a strong and mixed feeling of excitement and fear. On the day of January 7th, 2017, I received an email at 3 a.m. beginning with, "This email is neither an admission or denial," and the number 3.5 was in bold under it. I recorded a 6-second selfie video with myself dancing outside in the toxic haze in Beijing. I got admitted into the television, radio, and film major in Newhouse after 3 semesters of struggling days and insomniac nights. The first screening of a work of my team, Oops, was on December 8, 2018, which was also my mom's birthday. I consider the speech given by Professor Schoonmaker a paycheck for all the risk I took to get here.
Put your papers, books, cell phones, all that stuff away, because this is the final exam for TRF 205. It's a difficult thing to communicate to students in our classes of roughly 15 to 20 what they're doing these films for, because it's just a theory when you're talking about it. But then, hopefully all of you who are now in this crowd who are those students, you feel the gravity of the expectation.
I graduated from Syracuse University with a lot more of that feeling of gravity. And after all that, I will not regret every second I lie on my small bed 5 years ago thinking about how miserable my life could be if I have to study something I don't like for the rest of my life. Also, I will be thankful to myself for the rest of my life for that small yet steady step of risk taken, so that I could be telling this story in its best form right now.